Hi, social media is full of organizing tips. Color coding bins, elaborate systems, perfectly labeled pantries. But if you've ever tried any of those and thought, like I have, why doesn't this work for me? Well, you're not alone. And the truth is, organization isn't a one size fits all. The systems that work best actually need to match your personality, your habits, and the way your brain works naturally.
Yes, Kelly. And that's why we created this month's freebie, which is a What's Your Organizational Style quiz. It's a quick, fun way to discover the type of system that actually fits your life, not someone else's Pinterest board. You can get that quiz free when you sign up for our newsletter at chasingbrighter.com/newsletter. Hey, Kelly, how are you doing today?
Good, Jess. How are you doing?
I am good. I want to say that, I don't know if I talked about this in other Superwoman Diaries, but I was feeling like really strong and really great. And then I got in the car accident and I was really bummed because then I couldn't do what I wanted. And now I'm back to feeling so strong and so
Good.
good. And I'm very sore, but that's because I've been pushing myself. And I love when, you're on like a body transformation journey and they talk about non-scale victories.
Mm-hmm.
So my non-scale victories are that, and I know I told you this yesterday, but I did 16 burpees and followed up with like a minute plank. No problem.
Wow.
Proud of myself.
Yeah, that's
And then
amazing.
today, and it's just like if you know, you know, and if you don't, you don't. But on Pilates chair, you do these things called lunges, and I used to have to hold the wall. It was horrible, and I hated them. And now I can just do them not holding anything. So that was my other victory today.
I love it. I think that is really great. I've been doing the same, really sort of giving myself that perspective of victories. One of the
Yeah.
things is I've been doing this core blast class. It's a 30-minute ab class.
Mm-hmm.
And the first time I went, left after 15 minutes. The next time after 20. The one time I just took a bunch of breaks. It's a
Yeah.
brutal class. There is one recovery in there.
Yeah.
Like 30-second recovery, 15 minutes in. That is
Is
it.
it
It
like
is
a
like,
mat class? Do you think it's like a Pilates mat? Do you think that's what it is, maybe, or no?
it
Or you want a
feels
mat?
like that.
Yeah.
It's not a mat because it actually follows another class that's like it's on turf. It's at the gym.
Oh, okay.
But it is similar to Pilates, but zero
Yeah.
breaks. And it's so brutal. And so I've just been like taking my own breaks and just pushing
Yeah.
myself when I can. And I feel like it's very manageable. I realize that I've been apprehensive in taking classes at my gym because I feel like I don't want to be the last
Yeah.
person of
Yeah.
everything. And I feel like a lot of younger people
Right.
attend them. But I've really learned, and actually,
Newsflash, no one's looking at you. No one
well,
cares.
also, it's like a lot of middle-aged people who are in the class. So I'm like, I don't
Yeah.
need to like feel that way. And it is me
Yeah.
being more self-conscious.
Yes.
So I am improving more and more on that, which is awesome. I obviously am no way near six-pack abs. And it's so
Yeah.
funny where like you feel like you start challenging yourself and you're expecting these like massive transformations. And it's been 6 weeks and I feel good and I feel
Yeah.
strong, but I don't feel like my body's transforming, but I'm just going to keep with
Yeah.
it.
But you
And
know what? Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, I actually did a Pilates mat class yesterday and I
Mm-hmm.
agree. It was very similar. Where it's burning. But the issue with the ab is it's abs all the time. Like at least with Pilates,
Yeah.
you're like changing from arms to legs, whatever. This is
Yeah.
like
And you
burnout
break
of
in
ab.
Pilates. Like, that's what I love about Pilates. When you think you're going to die, you get a stretch for 2 minutes. Or maybe that's not your
It's not, well,
experience.
the class I took was, it's a heated one.
Oh, I hate heated everything. But
It was
this is what I was going
packed.
to say when you said you've been doing it for 6 weeks and want results. And you know what? I have really, really thought about is that I am going on 5 years of Pilates reformer. And I feel like I'm seeing physical results in my abs. And so I think that we got this idea not from knowing anybody or actual personal experience, but because of movies, TV, and social media. You know what I'm saying? Or books. This is when you'll see like
Yeah.
physical results. But I
Yeah.
just think even people I know who are sharing their journeys, if you are just grinding, there's a woman I know who lost an incredible amount of weight. I know her personally. She got really fit. And I remember telling you about it. She took a picture like every day. And I want to say it was 2 to 3 years when she started getting
Wow.
really cut. And so I just think for the average Jane over here in her 40s, you know what I mean? Like if you're a real person in real life and you're not just eating grilled chicken and you know what I mean? And drinking
Yeah.
water, for the regular person with a regular life who goes on vacation, you know what I mean? Like you have different things and you have 2 steps forward, 1 step back, something happens, right? I just think it takes years to pour into yourself. And that's why I know I talked one episode about like when your why is investing in your body and not because you're trying to get an aesthetic, you know, it's just really pouring into yourself, you know?
I think that's a really great point. The other part too is that at the end of the day, one of our goals is longevity, right?
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
this isn't necessarily about like, oh, if I can just like lose this weight or my body
Yeah.
can do
Right.
this, then I'll
Right.
take a break. It's more
Yeah.
like, I know I need to stay active. I'm going to continue to do this.
And I don't know if we talked about it again, but this is our PSA. Tell me if I talked about this in a previous episode. I saw a woman in longevity and she said, right, the average American lives to the age of 80, but you start slowly dying at 65 if you're not investing in yourself
I
before
believe
then.
that. I believe
And
that.
I am noticing family members, friends, and clients, people who neglected themselves and were like, oh, I don't have diabetes. Oh, I'm doing great. Like I have no health issues, start aging and then totally start deteriorating. And so it's like, even though you may think your numbers are good and stuff, it's like you need to be investing in yourself. And so please move your body. I don't care what the movement is. Move your body. Please move your body.
Yeah.
That's our PSA for today.
Yes. Sounds good, Jess.
Yes. And anything else you want to talk about today?
I wanted to talk about my hair because like hair products. Okay. So
Okay.
when I blow dry my hair straight, I started like looking up. There's so much information out there on how to style your hair, right? And so I really changed how I was doing that because I was watching TikTok and watching all these younger people who have time on their hands and spend a lot of time making
Right.
sure everything looks
That's our
nice. And
job.
so, yeah. And so, like, I figured out some products I like. I've learned different ways to use what I was doing just because I chose to seek information. So that was all great.
Yeah.
So today, though, I have this one product that I'm using today. It's from OUAI, the OUAI, why?
It's not the
Q.
QU.
No, it's OUAI. And it's called Air Dry Foam. And I got it because of the description, which was squeeze excess water from freshly cleansed hair. Begin with three pumps, scrunch into hair. Hair will dry. Perfect air dried waves, frizz free, beachy waves and curls.
Yeah.
And I'm not feeling it. I feel like it's
Yeah.
frizzy right here. And I know that's part of
So
my
you
hair sitch, but I feel like this is where it's this never ending an example of like there's no there. Like I keep
right.
buying different products to
And
think it
try
will
to
like
get it to work.
solve. Yeah.
So it's pronounced way. And I wondered, I got confused, but it's by Jen Atkin. And her story is very fascinating. And I heard her on Khloe Kardashian's podcast
Mm.
because she got famous by doing Kim Kardashian's hair. She was Kim Kardashian's hairstylist.
Oh.
And I believe it was Kim and then Khloe's. But I heard her story. She's from Utah and was like this little LDS girl and like moved out to LA, and her story is so fascinating. And that when she
Hmm.
created that brand. So I just love it too that it is a woman founded, woman owned
Yeah.
brand. And there are some of her, and I haven't heard that product, but there are a couple of her products
Hmm.
that rank very, very highly that people like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I have a couple other, I was trying to remember other things. Like I rotate around and sometimes
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but it's like things that maybe they have at the salon. And
Yeah.
so I purchased it there and then I just keep
Yeah.
going. I don't remember what else I have though.
Okay. So I talked about the Abbey Young Method and Abbey Young. Did I not talk about that already?
Doesn't ring a bell, Jess.
I was trying to figure out glossy hair, and I was on
Mm-hmm.
TikTok, and all these girls were like, Abbey Young Method, Abbey Young Method. So I go to YouTube, and Abbey Young is like, I don't call it the Abbey Young Method. This is just me, and this is what I do, and I try all kinds of things. And if you look up Abbey Young, her hair is the shiniest, healthiest looking hair in the world. And obviously, and she talks about this is what she does for a living. So she will give you 5 options every time. And so she has this method. And so the whole joke is like if you're doing the method, it's like a lot of steps. So basically I've been doing it. I chose all of her products you could get at Walmart, and I am so happy. My hair looks so healthy, and maybe not
It looks
today. I'm on like
great.
day 4 dirty hair, but anyway, um, it is. You use something I never heard of this before in my life. It's called pre-shampoo, and you put it in your hair. Then
Mm-hmm.
you do 10 to 20 minutes. Then a hair oil on your ends, 10 to 20 minutes. Then when you shower, you do a pre-shampoo, then a shampoo, then a conditioner, then a hair mask, then come out, leave-in conditioner, and let your hair dry, and then a heat protectant. And I am telling you, she washes her hair 3 days a week. I am trying to do washing my hair 2 days a week with this method, 1 to 2
Uh,
days a week.
Let me ask you, when you say let the hair dry, so when you come out and you do the
I don't.
leave-in, do you let it air dry?
Yes, she thinks she wants you to air dry your hair.
So she wants it to air dry, and then how do you get it to be like straight, glossy, wavy? Can you use hair product, or you use
So a
things?
lot of people say no, but she curls her hair. So she does curl her hair and use hair product. And she has shown you how she dries her hair. So so if you have to, so she's like, she has so many videos, but she's like, if you have to blow dry your hair a little bit, then try to get it, you know, as dry as you can, like have damp hair or whatever. Like don't just
Uh-huh.
have soaking wet hair and blow dry it. And then she does use curling iron and everything. So I was just going to say the product. So I bought like all cheap product. Like what I'm obsessed with, L'Oreal, and she likes both of them, but just from what had access to,
Mm-hmm.
L'Oreal Paris, Elvive, Elvive Glycolic Glossing Shine Boosting Shampoo and Conditioner. When you put that in your hair already feels so soft and insane. And one of my friends, she's doing it. I was like messaging her about it. She's the one that talked to me about dusting, and I sent her everything, and she was like immediately getting compliments on how soft and shiny her hair was. And so I was doing the curly girl method, which I don't know if I talked about, but the curly girl method's this whole other method. And
Wait, let me pause right
it's
there. Did you say L'Oreal brand?
yes,
Okay. Because one
Elvive.
of the other things is, I believe L'Oreal brand things are Kerastase. Like, there's some brands that like the super high end. There's a super high end
Yeah.
brand of it.
Mhm.
Like even is it Lancome, the
Yeah.
makeup for
Yeah.
L'Oreal?
Yeah.
So it's like they have these like high end
Yes.
brands,
Mhm.
and then
Yeah.
I don't know which one it is. I'm probably messing it up, but you can look online to figure it out. But so
To
you're
see.
getting the same quality, but you're getting a drugstore price.
Yes. And so
Maybe a little diluted, but same
she's
good stuff.
obsessed with the Elvive, but she has stuff that's like, I'm obsessed with this. It's $50, right?
Yeah.
Like, so
Yeah.
she
We
gives you,
all
I
do,
love
I
that
feel
she
like.
gives you all the things. So, and I have like a Dove brand hair mask that she recommended. So anyway, it's
Cool.
all going to
I'm
come
gonna
full circle, I
okay.
promise. So I was doing the curly girl method, which is basically like you never brush. If you do the real curly girl method, you never brush your hair. You finger comb your hair, like you don't brush it. You like barely ever wash it. You like don't use shampoo. It's this whole thing, right? So I got a blowout, and then I was like, I'm just gonna like blow out my hair for a while because curly girl method is never ever blow out ever again. And then I was like feeling guilty because I was gonna like be this curly girl. So then I like didn't have time to do anything to my hair. It was on the weekend, and I washed my hair and just let it dry. And Kelly, my hair just was like the spiraliest curls and looked so spirally and nice. And Gabby was like, "Oh my God, I love your hair, I love your hair." And I like literally sprayed in the leave-in conditioner and was just around the house. And so it's interesting because with the curly girl method, it's like do all these things, but like with Abbey Young's method, my curls have never looked so amazing or curly. So that's so interesting because I wasn't doing it for curly hair. So it's just like it really makes your hair so healthy. And
I
so it's
love that. I want to
fascinating.
try it. I need to check it out. I have
Yes.
purchased a co-wash, which I should have used today, where it's like gentler on your hair than
Yeah.
shampoo and conditioner. It's kind of like shampoo and
Yeah.
conditioner in one. And I think you just use that. But I thought that was for like more frequent shampooing because I have
Mhm.
pretty fine hair. But one of the things I'm really trying to do too is use some scalp oil because
Yeah.
of all my skin cancer surgeries on my
Yeah.
scalp. I
Yeah.
noticed that the hair that is growing in is super, super brittle. And it actually is probably why this is all frizzy. It's
Mm.
almost like, you know how if people who have gone through chemo or other thing, their hair grows back and it's like super curly
Yeah.
coarse. That's how I feel like
Mhm.
my hair is growing back in those areas. So I'm trying to
Yeah.
like help give my follicles some
And
like boost.
what's interesting with the curly girl method is like leave-in condition. I forget there's only certain things you can use. But I was at Trader Joe's and bought this spray leave-in conditioner. It's almost like a lotion. And it was surprising, Kelly. I wonder if you just put in some leave-in conditioner up there. It was just crazy to me with curly hair. Your hair absorbs. Every night I was putting in like leave-in conditioner and you'd wake up and
I
your
th-
hair was fluffy. It was interesting.
I
It
think
wasn't
you're
making it heavy.
I think that is a really great point because I was like thinking in some ways, and I have a bajillion products, as I'm sure many of us do, but it's like I'm missing something that's going to work. And so when I was watching TikTok on the hair stuff, this one um, woman was so her hair was dried, but before she was going to like flat iron it or curl
Yeah.
it, she doused the strand with this Color Wow Dream Coat Supernatural Spray. It's
Yeah.
$14 on Amazon. And I was like, oh my gosh, maybe I need to get that, right? And so I'm like watching her and her hair is like literally damp dripping before it was dry. She's
Yeah.
dousing it and then she hot irons it. And so I was like, okay, I have like a heat protectant. Maybe I'm
Yeah.
not using enough. And so to your point now, I'm just over seruming / hair oiling in some way before I do like a hot like a hot
Yeah.
tool of some sort.
Yeah. Right.
And like it totally changed how my hair is doing, Jess. I agree.
Yeah.
It feels healthier. You know what? It feels like heavy
Yeah.
and silky. So
Yeah.
I think you're right. I think in some ways I'm not using enough product, even though it says, right, use like a dime size on your hair.
Yes. And also I think just as we're talking, it's like we talk about everything. It's like you have to create the Kelly method and I have to create the Jessica method. And it's like
Yes.
we
Yeah.
all know what works best for us. And it's like Abby Young washed her hair 3 times a week because that is like tedious. I don't know who has like 20 to 30 minutes before the shower and then a shower and then has time to let their hair dry.
If,
And she says, I
yeah.
do this for a living. Right. And so anyway, figuring out what works best for you,
Yeah. And
you
I
know?
think if I did something like that, like you're saying, if I did it like once a week, that would be
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah. But anyway, so
I have K18 and I was like, what is so fancy about this? I noticed zero
Hey,
impact.
would like I want to see what she does with it because I have K18 and
Okay.
I feel the same, Kelly. And I'm like, am I using it wrong? I don't even
Like
know.
I was like, did I buy
Yeah,
is mine a fake?
you bought K10 actually. No, but
Right.
anyway, but she uses it once a month, so she makes it seem so potent. So, anyways,
Hmm.
interesting. So I want to see how she puts it on. And the one thing I love is watching her put it on. But she like puts in her hands, rubs it in, goes like this, shows her palms out facing you, shows how much she has, and then puts it on. So I love that she's showing how to put
Okay.
it
How much
on.
I love that. Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
And
I
it's
agree.
like so anyways, but I think we covered a lot of topics today. Wellness, hair, all the things. Thank you guys for listening so much. And if you want to read our blog, find out more about us, or sign up for our newsletter, please visit us at chasingbrighter.com.